One of the major attractions of the Buddhist site at Thotlakonda is the main stupa. Let us discuss the architectural feature and historical significance of the main stupa. The stupa is situated above a square platform measuring 19.5 into 19.5 into 1.2 meter. A flight of stairs is there on the northern and southern sides leading to the above portion. The hemispherical dome has a diameter of 9.5 meters. There are no traces of railing surrounding the stupa, which may be interpreted as a means of control of authority over individual ritual rites by the monks. No sacred relics were recovered from the excavation of the stupa. It was not as the bigger in a size compared to the contemporary stupas of Andhra Pradesh, and this stupa was also devoid of ayaka platforms. This strongly suggests its a early date. Likewise, the circular Chaitya Gruhas, the site has also apsidal Chaitya. Now, let us discuss apsidal Chaitya Gruhas. Likewise, the remains of circular Chaitya Gruhas, the Buddhist site of Thotlakonda has also preserved the remains of apsidal Chaitya Gruhas. The astellar, that is a pillarless apsidal Chaitya, is located on southwestern region of the main stupa. It measures 18.35 into 5.7 meters. There was a small stupa house inside the Chaitya Gruha, which must have been acted as a object of veneration. Till now, we have studied the major architectural structures on the site. Now, let us move to understand the other important structures. These primarily include votive or memorial stupas. There are at least 11 votive stupas, 2 stone platforms and one circular Chaitya Gruha are found in the ritual area. Some of these stupas were made of rubble stone, whereas some of them are built of bricks. There are also rock cut water cisterns at the northern and northeastern ends of the establishment. These cisterns also have some evidence of grinding. There is a path leading from these water cisterns to the area which has been identified as a refectory. Stupa Stambha is an interesting archaeological finding on the site. During the excavations near the eastern part of the main stupa, a beautifully carved Stupa Stambha and a Chhatri were found. Decorations of the various mouldings, motifs, animal figures like lion behind an elephant and a horse running in front of bull were decorated on the Stupa Stambha. Kudu or Chaitya arches adorn the 4 sides of the top portion of the Stambha. The socket provided at the top may have been used for attaching the Chhatra and Harmika. The excavation report published by Department of Archaeology and Museums, Government of Andhra Pradesh suggests that the monks may have probably venerated this Stupa Stambha before going towards the stone stupas. This is purely based on the contextual location of the Stupa Stambha in relation to stone stupas and needs further investigation. Another important area found during the excavation is refectory. Refectory is one of the important areas found during the excavations of the site. The area to the southeast of monastery has been identified as a refectory by the excavators. 3 storerooms, that is a bhandagaras, and a dining hall, that is a bhojanashala, consist of this refectory area. Evidence of permanent cooking area was not found, but such large heap of storage vessels, cooking pots, serving bowls and ash were found during the excavation. The dining hall, measuring 30 into 12 meters and having a U-shaped brick bench approximately 45 meters in length, which may have been used for having meals by the monks. This place would have acted as a place of interaction between the non-monastic labor and monastic community. Buddhapada depicting Dhammachakra at the middle portion, Triratna at the heel, swastik and a fish or mina at toes, and the space between toes and heels being filled with the motifs like Purnaghata and Srivasta were found. Coins of Satwan kings such as Satakarni, Siri Sata, Siri Yajna were also found. Depiction of a ship with 2 masts anchored on the shore and a tree with a railing can be observed on few of these coins. The availability and finding of such coins at this site and considering its context of being a coastal site, further it leads us to think of the ongoing maritime trade during this period. Thotlakonda was one of the important Buddhist monastic sites of coastal Andhra Pradesh. The archaeological, epigraphic and associated evidence strongly suggests of its early date. It seems that during the 2nd-3rd century before Common Era, the site emerged as an important Buddhist monastic site and continued for many centuries of the early historic period. After having a virtual journey of Thotlakonda, let us move to Bavikonda. Located 2.5 kilometers away from Thotlakonda in the Bhimili Taluk, another Buddhist establishment named Bavikonda. Compared to the other sites, it is at a higher altitude and was probably occupied for a shorter period of time as compared to the time period assigned to Thotlakonda. The site is visible from Thotlakonda, thus it is assumed by Professor Lars Fozelin that this may have been a primary site with Mahastupa and Thotlakonda may have been a contemporary establishment where probably the stupas were erected in the memory of some of the important monks. Archaeological excavations at Bavikonda carried out by the Department of Archaeology and Museums, Government of Andhra Pradesh yielded the main stupa, a few votive stupas, a circular chaitya gruha, 2 rectangular halls and a refectory. The division of the space and even their orientation into the cloister or ritual space and refectory can also be seen here, likewise as we discussed at Thotlakonda. Bavikonda may have been the same as a Senakagiri mentioned in one of the inscriptions found at Thotlakonda, where a couple from near Bavikonda had donated a water trough. The excavations revealed 3 structural phases, of which the first 2 are again divided into 2 subphases. Based on the size of bricks, pattern and style of architecture, the archaeological excavations revealed 3 structural phases, out of which the first 2 are again divided into 2 subphases based on the size of the bricks, architecture patterns and style of architecture. we will begin with the discussion of monuments belonging to the phase 1. The Mahastup at Bavikonda is a larger in size, more ornate and more elaborate than the one at Thotlakonda. It has a diameter of 24 meters and raising to a height of 9 meters. There are 4 entrances, a clearly demarcated upper and lower Pradikshana path, Vedika Patti, Ayaka platforms, simple brick railing at the stupa. The entrances have Chandrashila or moonstones at their front. The area around this stupa yielded relic caskets made of silver and gold, which contain the ashes, bone fragments and the beads made of semi-precious stones inside them. The caskets had swastika and lotus motifs. The stupa thus falls under type of Sharirik stupa. Remains of Buddhapath, Harmika, Chhatri were also found in nearby areas.